You're Andrew. He's not.
I'm so glad. Here since 8:30.
I was here early. Well, I had work earlier today, but I had time.
Not 5, 15 minutes.
Well, I'm excited. Good group of it's like a traditional like inauguration. I guess. Oh, they did it in order of who got the most votes. But that's exactly most votes. Like I can do the role, like I know I can do it, but it's like, do I want to do it? And I know it was like the better thing. So we're gonna follow this. You excited for that? You want to move back? You want to go over there? Yeah.
Probably, it's probably right there, right there.
You don't even know.
Now, when Andrew gets here, can we get a picture of the two of you with
Yes,
the cake?
for sure.
So,
I know.
Hello, testing, testing. You guys can sit down. Testing, testing, testing. Awesome. If we could yield the front seat for all of the senator elects and all of the president, vice president elects, at least for the front parts, that would be much appreciated. Folks, we'll get started with the event in just a couple of minutes. It turns out the 92nd student government is, I think they completed their deliberation and they're on their way downstairs. So we'll wait for them to get here as we wrap things up. There are snacks, there are juices. I believe there's also a cake, but I don't think they've cut the cake yet because our president-elect isn't here. But we'll wait for just a couple of minutes before we get the event started here. I thank you so much for all of your patience. Absolutely. Absolutely. For all, I'll repeat again, if we could yield the front seats for all of the new senator-elects, that'd be much appreciated. For everyone who's being inaugurated today as part of the 93rd student government. For everyone who needs their professional photo shoot, Lenny is our amazing support who will be helping you all take professional photos right after the event. Folks, we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. We'll have our 90-second student government speaker introduce themselves, and they'll be the MC for the event. Then we'll get to the introduction of the awards. We will go over in order of Dr. Dwayne Orr Teacher of the Year, Vic Swenson Student Friendly Award, Administrator of the Year Award. We will then head on over to Outgoing Officer Farewell Addresses, and then the inauguration of the 93rd Student Government before we swear in the 93rd Student Senate.
I'll go act. Hello. You go wherever you want to. Just watch
Okay.
your step. Yep.
Don't unplug you.
Oh no, it's all good. I try to tape most of it down, so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and good evening / really late afternoon. My name is Kendra Youngberg. I am the speaker for the 92nd Student Government. I'm also a graduate student here at Minnesota State University Mankato, hopefully finishing up this semester in the summer term. So with that, we're going to get started. If you do end up having any of our light snacks or anything, we do ask that you clean up after yourselves and just help take some responsibility in cleaning up any garbage you might have. But to start us off, we have our first award, which is the Vic Swenson Student Friendly Award. So this is a very important award for the students. The Vic Swenson Student Friendly Award recognizes faculty, staff, and administrators that have demonstrated outstanding friendliness in assisting students in creating a community atmosphere. Some past recipients include Haku Lee, Killian Klink, Benke Galler, Rhonda Das, Kent Paulson, Gary Plim, Robert Peterson, Teresa Newbert, and Carrie Sween. We do have a student here who nominated this person and will make a speech and introduce our 2024 Vic Swenson Student Friendly Award. So I will have that student come up wherever they are at.
Hi everybody, my name is Abby Squara and it is my pleasure to announce the Vic Swenson Award is going to Christy Edding. I wrote a little bit here. It's hard to put into words just how deserving Dr. Christy Edding is of the Student Friendly Award, but I'll do my best. From the very first day of class, it's clear that Dr. Edding isn't just here to teach, she's here to support, guide, and genuinely connect with her students. One of the things that immediately stands out about Dr. Edding is how approachable she is. No question is too small, and no student ever feels like a burden when reaching out. Whether it's staying after class to explain a tricky concept, responding to emails with thoughtful advice, or simply checking in to see how students are doing, she makes it clear that she truly cares. It's not just about the coursework for her, it's about the people. Her expertise in audiology is incredible, but what makes her special is how she uses that knowledge to empower her students. She has a talent for breaking down complex topics into understandable, real-world concepts, always making sure everyone feels included in the learning process. It is one thing to be knowledgeable, but it's another to be able to teach in a way that makes students feel confident and engaged, and Dr. Edding does that effortlessly. But what really makes Dr. Edding stand out is her kindness. She is one of those rare professors who takes the time to really listen. She creates a classroom environment that feels safe and welcoming, where students know their voices matter. Her positivity and warmth make even the most stressful days feel a little lighter. It's easy to see the impact she has. Students walk away with her classes not just with more knowledge, but with more confidence and a deeper love for the field. Dr. Edding is more than just a great professor. She's a mentor, an advocate, and someone who truly makes a difference. For all of those reasons and more, I wholeheartedly believe Dr. Christy Edding deserves the Student Friendly Award. She exemplifies what it means to be an educator who puts students first, and we are all better for having her in our academic community.
At this time, we request Dr. Edding to come up to the podium for the award. And as they're coming up, if y'all would join me and celebrate all of our nominees for the Big Swenson Student Friendly Award, that'd be much appreciated.
Alrighty, so our next award is the Dr. Dwayne Orr Teacher of the Year Award. The Dr. Dwayne Orr Teacher of the Year Award was established in 1995 to recognize MSU instructors that excel in helping students learn through their exceptional teaching ability and outstanding service to Minnesota State University. Students nominate an instructor by sending a letter of support to the student government. And also past award recipients include Kyle Ward, David Beamers, John Estall, Norma Crumwide, Tom Inglot, Jonathan Hicks, Scott Lidgeary, and Jason Kaufman. So if we have our student here who nominated this person can come up, and then they will also present the award to the winner.
Hi everyone. My name is Joan Gain. I'm a CS student, and I found out I was giving this speech approximately 6 hours ago, so bear with me. I'm excited to talk to you today about Dr. Flint Millian. He's been part of our community in Mankato for a long time. He actually grew up here. He got his bachelor's here at Mankato, he got his master's, went off for a PhD, and then he came back as adjunct faculty, and he's finally become a full-time professor here. And we're all really grateful for it. Flint has spent a long time adding value to the community here at Mankato. If you've been around, you might remember that approximately 10 years ago, when Flint was doing his bachelor's here, even then, he was doing everything he could to help the students around here. There was a student who was struggling as a CS major with screen readers and trying to read her code because I don't know if you've ever worked with code before, but trying to understand code and the indents without being able to see them is a hassle. What would take other students maybe 20 minutes, you can imagine would take her much, much longer. It would interfere with her ability to do homework, it would interfere with her ability to have a life outside of school. She would struggle with not being able to spend time with her friends or do extracurriculars. Flint, as a bachelor student, took it upon himself to help someone who was a fellow visually impaired student to come up with software that would help her and other students just like her. And again, this is only as a student. Flint now, he's a professor, he's with the CIS department, and he spends most of his time with us, the computer science students. He works as a professor, he's our SME, our subject matter expert. He's a coach for many of our teams in our project-based learning, and additionally he does code review, so even with just that, you can imagine he does a lot for us as a community. But Flint does so much more than that for us. He's so much more than just filling out lines in a resume. When you ask around about Flint and what he does in our community, you're going to hear words like compassionate, that he's dedicated, he's uplifting, he's understanding, he's genuine. He seeks to find students that he can help. Now, I first met Flint when I was a first semester student in our CS program, and I was very intimidated. I was giving a presentation on my semester and everything I'd learned, and here's a technical topic I learned a lot about, and Flint was one of my evaluators. You can imagine that was super stressful. If you don't know Flint personally, you can know that he knows everything. I stand by that. He is better than ChatGPT or Cloud or anything else you've ever used. I swear to you, he knows everything. I've never asked Flint a question and had him say, oh, I don't know, and I have no idea how to figure it out. Flint knows everything, I'm telling you. So he was very, very intimidating to give a presentation to. But something else about Flint and his intelligence is that he's kind. He meets you where you're at. He does not treat you like you're an idiot for not knowing as much as him, because who does? And Flint will encourage you. He makes you feel like you're capable, and he wants you to learn more. As time went on in my school experience, things have only gotten better with Flint for me and for everyone else. Flint cares about students. If you're struggling in a class for some personal circumstantial reason, he'll give you an extension, and he'll also lend you an ear. If you're confused on a topic, he'll explain it to you, and he'll make sure that you think about other things related to it that you might be interested in yourself. If you come to Flint and you tell him, hey Flint, I'm looking at this really cool topic of interest that I want to learn more about, he'll ask you questions to inspire you further. He'll bring in his own supplies from home so that you can learn additionally. Flint cares about our students, not just as students, but as people. I'm only one of many students that have had this experience. Flint is easily one of the best professors at our school, and we're so grateful to have him as a CS program. So with that, I just want to say thank you, Flint, so much for everything you've ever done for us, and congratulations on Best Teacher Award.
I do want to recognize there are multiple nominators for the award recipient. So if you've nominated the recipient and you want to join in on the photo, we request that you come up for the photo. Thank you.
Stand this way. There you go. Right here. Great. 1, 2. Yep. He's got to have back up. Ready, 1, 2. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. So our last award that recognizes staff, faculty, and administrators is a very important award to the student government students, which is the Administrator of the Year Award. This award recognizes an administrator who has demonstrated outstanding support, guidance, and friendliness in assisting student leadership while fostering a community atmosphere. Some past recipients include Kelly Meyer, Matt Cecil, Mark Johnson, Tim Adams, Henry Morris, Chris Corley, and I believe David Cowan actually showed up this year, David Cowan. So I'm now going to invite up both our president and vice president to speak on this award recipient.
Thank you so much, Kendra. And like Kendra mentioned, it's really delightful to see the award recipient with us at the audience. I'll start off by giving a slight introduction, but I'll do my best not to give it away on who our Administrator of the Year Award recipient for this year is. The award recognizes an administrator who has demonstrated outstanding support, guidance, and friendliness in assisting student leadership while also fostering a community atmosphere. Our recipient for this year embodies all of these values of this award. The recipient of this award is really unique and really special in a way that they're pretty new to our campus and the Mankato community. But in a short time that they've been here, they've been able to make some of the greatest student impacts within our community. The first time Rebecca and I met this administrator was over summer, and this was actually our first few of the official meetings that we conducted as president and vice president. Within that first meeting, it was a big challenge because we had some disagreements with the administrators within that room. However, by the time we walked out, those disagreements were quickly turned into points of discussions and areas where we could actually support our students. We walked out with future steps on what we could do to better support our students. This administrator, to both of us and to a lot of our students, has been more than a staff and at times been a really good friend. They've traveled nationally and internationally to represent Minnesota State University Mankato, and they are an active advocate for student well-being and success all around campus. So I hope I didn't give it fully away because Rebecca wanted to take the full rights of sharing their name.
Thank you all for being here today as we honor this extraordinary individual. It is an honor to present this award to someone whose impact on our university and our students has been nothing short of incredible in such a short amount of time. When I think about what makes this person so special, many qualities come to mind. Their passion isn't just evident in moments of celebration, but in the daily dedication they bring to even the most challenging situations. Their caring approach ensures that no student ever feels overlooked or undervalued. This individual has gone above and beyond to support our students, whether it's pulling together active task forces to address current issues, developing innovative programs to address unique learning needs, or advocating tirelessly for resources that enhance the educational, extracurricular, and overall living experiences of our students. The impact of their work extends far beyond their office and role. As someone who has had the opportunity to get to know this individual through mentorship meetings and working on various projects, there is no one more deserving of this award. This award represents our collective appreciation for everything they contribute to our community. It's a small token of recognition for the enormous difference they make every day, and I know they will continue to create a ripple effect of success for this university for years to come. Please join me in congratulating our Dean of Global Education, Will Coghill-Behrens.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so before we bid farewell to our vice president and president, we have some last awards to give out, and these are for students. So this year, or every year, we have this thing called the Maverick Shop Scholarship Award, and we do have multiple recipients. With that, if you are here, we would gladly like you to come up here and stand up here for photos. One of the recipients is, I hope I don't say your name wrong, but it is Sai Kirtana Laku. If you are here, we'll have you come on up. Kevin Geppert, if you are here. Macy Setter, if you are here. Macy, I don't believe so, but we can still clap for Macy. Edward Wynn. Bethel Gebrigioris? I don't think so. Zuhei Leon. And last but not least, Emily Dietrich.
Oh, we're still
Maybe that'd be okay. Stick back. Here you go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2.
solo shot.
Yep. One more. One more time. 1, 2. Thank you.
Everybody look at John.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alrighty, this is probably going to be the saddest part of this whole ceremony. I'm going to call up our amazing outgoing Vice President, Rebecca J. It has been such an honor to work with this lovely individual, and now I'm so glad that we went from colleagues to friends. So, thank you. It's yours.
Good evening, everyone. Today marks an exciting transition for our organization as we swear in and welcome the 93rd Student Government. This is going to be a bit shorter today, as I'm saving my long one for our banquet, just out of respect for everyone's time. I stand with you all with mixed emotions, with one word specifically coming to mind: gratitude. I am grateful for the time I've had in office, for the people I've gotten to meet and work with, for being able to work and see the time and passion and dedication you all have poured into this organization, the care you hold for one another and the students of our university. Grateful for being able to have the chance to be your cheerleader and guide from behind the scenes in some way or another. Grateful for the work we've put in and what has come out of that work. Narcan access across campus, saving lives. A campus-run thrift store, empowering lives. Traffic safety and increased crosswalk measures, saving lives. More eco-friendly transportation, saving the environment we live and learn in, just to name a few. This is all of the work that you have done, and I am grateful I was able to be here to see it and encourage you along. As I transition out of my role as VP and hand it off, I'm also grateful for being able to hand this off to another strong, independent, passionate woman. Sneha, I am so excited to see how you grow through this role and how you grow this role with your own touch. Andrew and Sneha, always remember that our students here at MNSU are invaluable. They are the life of our university, and our role in the office is to support them all in every way possible. I know you will both do an excellent job. To both of you, I offer my congratulations on your election into these roles, and I cannot wait to be here next year to see all that you both accomplish. Cheers to this past year of successes. All of my love and support for the upcoming year. Becca.
So emotional. We love all the emotions. This is also going to be another really hard one, but we all know that goodbye is not yet to come, because we still have a few more weeks before we can actually say goodbye. This last speech is going to be by our outgoing president, Roshit Narala, who I am so grateful invited me into the office 2 years ago, and also said, hey, come be my best friend and come hang out with me in student government next year. And I said, okay, why not? So, very excited to announce and let our very own President Narala give his outgoing speech.
Thank you so much. She's not making it easy, I'll tell you this. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining us tonight as we cheer on and support the next student representatives for our university. As mentioned, my name is Roshit Nirolla, and I have had the privilege of serving as the 92nd student body president at Minnesota State University, Mankato. I'm still the current student body president, though I have a feeling that's going to change quite soon. I want to start off by thanking some of the people without whom this journey would not have been possible. Firstly, my friends who are in the audience, and my family who are probably watching this video from miles away with a 13-hour time difference right now. You've all supported me, and you've all been really curious about all of the tea that goes on at student government. You've all talked with me as a human being, and you've reminded me of my role as a student before being a student leader. I want to thank John, who's in the audience, who's been an amazing support and probably the best mentor that we could have ever asked for. Thank you for your leveled guidance as we navigated this year in student government, John. I want to thank the two amazing ladies who are right behind me, without whom I probably would have put in my 2 weeks notice months ago. Rebecca and Kendra, you've both been amazing, and I really appreciate how we've complemented each other's strengths and shortcomings these past few months. Thank you for being the sugar and spice, and I'd follow that up by saying I'm everything nice, but that's not me, and I'll just leave it at that. Here's the truth I've learned about being the student body president. It's not all glitz and glamour. It's a lot of meetings, it's about balancing budget, it's a lot of emails, consultation letters, and I'll tell you, I've sent out 2 already. There's much more yet to come. It's about amplifying student voices and occasionally listening to someone complain about why the student union's 2nd floor, right by the Multicultural Center, doesn't have a soda vending machine. Come on, Mark, let's just get a soda vending machine up there. But here's the honest truth. I probably wouldn't trade this experience for anything, except for a nap, because I really need naps. Thank you to the 92nd student government for being my motivation and occasionally my troubles. Your work this year has been tremendously amazing, and I've never been more proud of the discussions, the ideas, and the thoughts that you've brought to the table. Rebecca highlights them perfectly when she touches on projects like naloxone access and pedestrian safety that save lives, to thrift store project ideas that expand access for our students. Conversations like electric scooter shelters to off-campus housing associations. Expanding internships and research opportunities for College of Business, to addressing class cancellation concerns for our students in humanities and social sciences. From advocating for essential programs like athletics, campus recreation, Women's Center, Violence Awareness Resource Program, Pantry, and so much more, to expanding support for our students through open education resources and increased student wages. I hope I can get an update on that pretty soon. And graduate student work. The work that you've all done has been amazing, and it will have tremendous impact on student lives. And if you were not able to complete your projects, I want to remind you to get your senator reports in for all of the senators that are in here, so the people that follow after you will have a smoother transition. And on that note, I do want to highlight that you should specifically be proud of shifting the needle in the direction that supports our students. I know I am really proud of the work that we've all done together this year. I want to take a moment and thank all of our coordinators who've worked on stuffs that range from grade appeals to amending our governing documents to inviting legislators from across the aisle. If you didn't know, we had about 13 legislators on campus who were Democrats and Republicans who mentioned that they probably would have never been in the same room with each other if it weren't for us bringing them together. So hats off to people who pulled that off. to working on DEI plans for student government. All of our coordinators have stepped up and worked to make student government stronger today than how we inherited it a year ago. Now, on to Andrew and Sneha. Thank you for stepping up with this position. You're both really brave for taking on this challenge, and I'm really confident that you will continue to advocate for our students. Know that I'm always cheering you on, and I'll occasionally be watching your Senate meetings with popcorn in my hand and soda on the other to see all the drama that you'll unfold. As I reflect on this journey from 3 years ago when I first joined Student Senate, I'm filled with gratitude and support and opportunities that all of you have provided to me here at the audience. All of you have been an inspiration that have pushed me to work harder within my role today. So please continue to support all of our students as you engage in meaningful dialogue. Recognize that even in our disagreements, what we aim for is a better student experience for all of our students. And as we inaugurate the next Student Senate, it brings me so much joy to see you all step up and rise to this opportunity. I hope you'll continue on the work that we've done, and I hope you'll feel proud as you represent all of our students at Minnesota State University Mankato. You're inheriting almost a century of student senates and all of the work that we've done, and I hope you'll build on it and you'll make all of us proud. I want to leave you all with one quote that is really dear to me from Bhagavad Gita that says, Karmaya vadikaste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetu purmate sangosta karmi, which says, you have the right to work only, but never to its fruits. Let not the fruits of action be your motive, nor let your attachment to them be your inaction. Thank you, and roll maths.
Oh boy, the cheers and waterworks will really come at a really later date. But now for the inauguration of our 93rd student government, I am going to again invite President Nurala back up to do the inauguration of our 2025-2026 President-elect, Andrew Colleran.
We'll just have you wait there for just a second. Alrighty, folks, now's the time. If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Andrew Colleran,
Do hereby swear
do hereby swear
to represent, support, and serve
to represent, support, and serve
the students of Minnesota State University Mankato
the students of Minnesota State University Mankato
in student life and academic needs,
in student life and academic needs,
and to uphold
and to uphold
the mission, Constitution, and bylaws of the student government. I so affirm.
I so affirm.
Congratulations, Mr. President. And now I'll pass it off to still my Vice President, Rebecca J., to inaugurate the incoming 93rd Vice President.
Sneha Kaffel, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Sneha Kaffel,
Do hereby swear
do hereby swear
to represent, support, and serve
to represent, support, and serve
the students of Minnesota State University Mankato
the students of Minnesota State University Mankato
in student life and academic needs,
in student life and academic needs,
and to uphold the mission,
and to uphold the mission,
Constitution, and bylaws
Constitution, and bylaws
of the student government.
of the student government.
I so affirm.
I so affirm.
Congratulations, Vice President.
Alrighty, so I was was told Inauguration is supposed to be a shorter event. I was lied to. So now, before we get into the swearing of our elected student representatives, I am going to invite our newly sworn in 93rd President and Vice President up to hopefully give brief speeches to you all. So you both may come up.
Okay, hello everyone. So in case you might know me already, I'm a little bit business oriented, so I do want to give an announcement first for my speech. I do want to expand the team's student government for next academic year. So I'll be opening all coordinator positions up for starting tonight at 9 p.m. and closing them on 2 weeks from now, April 23rd, 9 p.m. as well. So just want to give an announcement and make that official immediately. So without further ado, I'll get into it. So hello everyone, my name is Andrew Colleran. I use he, their pronouns, and I'm technically a junior here majoring in accounting, political science, and certificate in business law. That is kind of the elevator pitch of who I am, but a tiny bit more than just an elevator pitch, and so is this organization. So I want to dive a little more into it soon. So 4 years ago is when I first entered this room. I was a sophomore in high school looking to post-secondary enrollment option, PSEO. I was a little unsure about the organization and doing it just as a high school student. So I was like, okay, I'll go to admissions, see what the tour is, and we'll see what happens after that. But once the tour happened, I was enthralled. I loved the campus, I loved the people, I loved the academics. And it was amazing to have that tour and that experience. And when I left that day and I was asked later on if I wanted to do PSEO, it was an easy yes. So for the next 2 academic years, I was a full-time PSEO student for both my junior year and senior year of high school. And while it was a wonderful experience, I did not have too much time to do much student involvement. So I knew once I graduated from high school, I'll transfer over officially to MSU Mankato and do student involvement. So the very first week I got onto campus, I went straight to student activities. I said, how do I get involved? And they sent me over to Mass Central. I looked over for hours or the organizations. I came across a brief little organization called Student Government. I didn't have too much interest in it at the moment, so I was like, okay, I'll have a 2-minute conversation with the current speaker and see what happens. Well, eventually that 2-minute conversation turned into 2 hours. I knew that I was passionate about the organization and wanted to get into the action immediately. So because of that, when the vacancy first opened for residential senator, I took it and happily ran for the vacancy. And through that, my journey in student government just kept on accelerating. I was a very shy person, and while it was a rocky vacancy, I still was able to get through and continue my progression. I almost immediately became the liaison for the Student Government and Residence Hall Association, RHA. And through that, I had presentations to 60 people almost every academic week. And at that moment, that scared me to death. I was a very shy person. I was not the best in that kind of area. But despite that fear, I knew that I loved talking to students. I really appreciated talking about student affairs and making a difference here. And that realization did not change over these next 2 years. And fast forwarding to this academic year, I came in not only as a liaison for RHA and student government, but the RHA president. I also came as academic affairs coordinator, and again, residential life senator. And a couple other things on top of that. I've learned through all these experiences that how well I could do in this organization. I learned how to schedule send 15 emails in 1 day for grade appeals. I learned how to play active part in an 8.5-hour budget meeting. I also learned how to present 2 consecutive 30-minute presentations on completely different topics to the Senate floor. I also learned what I value within organizations for students. I value clear communication, active transparency, and intensive inclusivity. And through those values, I really appreciate just how far I've gotten. But I know I could not make this on my own to where I am right now. So I do want to give quite a few thank yous just to appreciate where I am now. I want to say thank you to the 91st and 92nd Senate. Y'all were the catalyst to who I am today. I know I'd be completely somewhere different if I was not part of this organization, and it means the world to me. I want to say thank you to my running mate, Sneha. Thank you for taking a chance on me. Thank you for your consistent, passionate, and kind support, and it's something that I always and will continue to cherish. I can't wait to work with you as president and as vice president. And I want to say thank you to Roshit. I really appreciate your support. When I came to my very first vacancy election for Resolute Senator, you were the one saying yes. You were the one supporting me to be a part of this organization, and that yes continued on for the next 2 academic years. I want to say thank you to Rebecca J. You have been an amazing role model to me. You are a busy person with a lot of wonderful things to do. Yet despite how busy you can be, you are always prepared, ensure that your voice is being heard, and you do a spectacular job every single time. And all the while still having time to spend time with senators and have personal conversations with them. I always will appreciate you. I want to say thank you to my family. Y'all have always been there where I needed you, and you always hold a special spot in my heart. Finally, I want to say thank you to Emily Dietrich. I know that I learned over this academic year, I think you have as well, that life is not static. Especially when it comes to student government, it's a really big roller coaster. There are some nice straightaways that are nice for the moment, but there's also some really high ups and some really low downs. And despite all that, you've always stayed with me and been a really strong pillar of support. I don't know where I've been without you, so thank you. I also want to say to everyone in MC Mankato, you have been a really good community and environment to be in, and no matter what kind of community I enter in this university, it has always been a joy to enter, and it's always been a welcoming space. So thank you so much. No, I've still got a little more, I'm sorry, y'all. So speaking with the community of MC Mankato, we do have a lot of things we want to improve for next academic year and continue to fight for. So just to give a small snapshot to our big photo gallery, we're looking to actively analyze living student compensation, actively talking to Students United to ensure we have stability in student funding and individual opportunities such as the Pell Grant, State Grant, and North Star Promise. And we're also looking to increase the accessibility of open educational resources, OER, to make sure the out-of-pocket costs are minimized when it comes to educational resources. And I know I've been talking quite a bit already, especially for my standards, so I'm just going to sign off a bit and just say a few things. Firstly, ask questions. Just be curious, be comprehensive, be critical. Hard questions can maybe difficult, but that's where the productive conversations happen and the real progress is made. And if you have absolutely any questions to me, whether they be the hard questions, or moderate or easy, I'd be happy to give those answers to you to my best ability, and also listen to you to make sure your voice and your perspective is heard. And finally, I want to give my congratulations to the 93rd Senate. Congratulations on a successful election. And while I have not had the pleasure of talking to all of y'all yet, I've talked to many already, I've seen a very consistent theme. I've seen that y'all have beautiful voices. Y'all are people who are passionate about everything here. You want to be heard, and you are just amazing people in general. I really look forward to working with you in the future. I just can't wait. So I venture y'all to just continue asking the hard questions. I look forward to creating a crowd table with y'all where everyone has a seat. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'll try my best to keep this short, but if you know me, you know I talk, so bear with me please. Before anything else, I want to begin with gratitude. To my parents watching me live right now, Mamu, Baba, thank you. Thank you for loving me, for trusting me, for supporting me, and believing me for the last 19 years of my life. When teachers told that I was too talkative, you never scolded me. You told them I was meant to be a leader, a lawyer, or maybe even a politician. Maybe that is why I never stopped talking. Maybe that is why I'm standing here today. To my brother watching this right now, I know you have often been compared to me, but I want to tell you, just because I became the vice president does not mean that 2 years from now, when you join this college, hopefully, you'll have to follow this path. You don't have to be me. Walk your own road, and I will be your biggest supporter, just like you've always been mine. To my friends and my loved ones watching me right now, thank you for listening to me rant, for watching me cry, and for complaining about every single thing. And to my friends who are staying right there, you know who you are, thank you for being my strength, for being my home away from home. And a special shout out to my roommate who's standing in the ladder clicking my video. You were the one who pushed me. Without your belief in me, I would have never been here. And I did hesitate, but you said, "What are you doing? Just be the vice president." But because of you, I said yes. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best version of myself. Now, these are only a few of my thank yous, but I promise you there are a lot to come. 5 years ago, I came to United States for the first time to represent my high school in Yale University for Model United Nation. That is when I decided this is the country I want to do my undergrad in. 2 years ago, I applied to Minnesota State University, Mankato, and I will be honest with all of you. The first thought was, I will be transferring to Texas in a semester. That is where my best friend lives. But something happened. I fell in love. Not with someone specific, and definitely not the weather. Let's be real, I still hate the cold. But the community. You welcomed me. You supported me. You made me feel like home. To the International Center, ISA, Speech and Debate, Honors Club, thank you. To my KSP 106 teacher, Paulina, thank you for guiding me. Thank you for teaching me every single thing. To all the amazing professors, GAs, TAs, thank you for repeating the same concept over and over again. Thank you for extending the deadline. Ashley, I see you somewhere. Because I had too much on my plate and I could not get my assignments done. And I'm going to tell you, this will happen in future, so thank you in advance. Whew, okay. Finally, to NESCOM, my Nepali brothers and sisters. You gave me purpose. Thank you. You reminded me of who I am and why I do what I do. You're one of the reasons I stand here today. I hope I can be your voice every single day of this term. To my fellow international student, I see you. I am you. Trust me, I know how it feels to be far from home, to feel nervous, invisible, and also unsure. But standing here today as a woman and a woman of color, I want you to believe that you're powerful, worthy, and integral part of this university. That is what the admission office teaches me every single day. Not just as the place that welcomed me as a student, but as a place that I proudly call my workplace. More than just a job, it became the second home. Within those walls, I found mentors, encouragement, and a purpose. Every applications I helped process, every tour I gave, I was welcoming someone with their journey, just like you were welcoming me with mine. You taught me the value of representation, of connection, and power of being the first smiling face a student sees, and I'm grateful for that. It's funny how life comes to a full circle. Last year, during the 92nd Student Government Inauguration, I was present in that room. I am pretty sure none of you noticed me because I was not on the stage talking. I was right there serving food as a part of catering. And when I watched Roshi deliver his speech, I was thinking, he is from my country. I want to be like him someday. I never imagined that just 1 year later, I would be standing in the same stage, delivering my own. Roshit, even before I knew you personally, you are my role model. You made name for yourself, and you inspired me to do the same. Despite all the jokes, let's stay professional here. Thank you for trusting in me, for supporting me, and for believing in me, Rebecca. The aura that you carry, your grace, your voice, your strength, and also your outfit. It has been phenomenal to witness. I hope I will be able to carry that legacy forward. To Kendra, Sierra, and Emma. Kendra is here, but Sierra and Emma, you're not here. But I want you to know that you inspired me. I watched all of your speeches. I watched Kendra running the Student Government Senate, and let me tell you, I was awe and hope. I'm humbled to walk the path that you have paved for leaders like me. I promise to carry the legacy forward. To every student here, when I started college, I was lost. I was not in any student organization, and trust me, I am telling the truth, in my freshman year. But later, I joined ISA, KIC, Honors Program, Speech and Debate, NESCOM, and now I stand here before all of you as your Vice President. You don't need to be perfect, you just need passion. If you care deeply about your community, your peers, your dreams, you can stand here next year too. I believe in that. I believe in you. And thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting me to be your representative. Andrew and I promise you that we will listen to you, to keep our doors open, and to advocate not just for your concerns, but also for your dreams. And if you don't come to us, that is okay. We will come to you. To all the senators, my incredible social media crew, my website team, my policy team, and my tabling team, thank you for all of you. Thank you for running together with me, and to those of you who did not and are here today. I am so immensely proud of each and every one of you. None of this would have been possible without you, and I am excited to represent student body with all of you. And to my president, Cole Run. Okay, I'm still not used to calling you that, Andrew. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting that I could be your backbone. I promise to do everything in my power to support you all the way. And thank you for guiding me and letting me talk while you stood there listening to me patiently for hours. Thank you for changing your wardrobe to black and white just to match outfits in the professional photo. As I stand here today, I am reminded that leadership is not just about titles. It is about service, resilience, and heart. I carry with me the strength of my roots, the love of my family, the faith of my friends, and the hope of every student who has ever felt unseen. To every student watching, especially those who have ever doubted yourself, this is your sign. If a talkative girl from Nepal can stand here as your vice president, so can you. You belong. Your voice matters, and I promise to make space for it. Together, with President Koran, we will lead with empathy, with courage, with purpose. We won't just represent you. We will walk beside you. So thank you, truly, for trusting us with this responsibility. Let's make this year unforgettable. And lastly, to my parents, I hope I've made you proud. I promise to always live in a way that lets you hold your head high when you say, "Uta mero choriyo," simply meaning she is our daughter. Thank you.
Alrighty, so to all of the other people here who are being sworn in, it is now your time to shine. So the following Minnesota State University Mankato students have been elected by the MNSU student body as senators for the 2025-2026 academic year. And then I will have you all come over here as I call your name, so then we can do a group swearing in at the end. So starting with our academic senators, representing the College of Allied Health and Nursing, Zuhei Leon. We can clap. Representing the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Melissa Miucci, Chase Hibber, and Yodahe Kibedi. And then representing the College of Business, we have Ishni Narula and then Emily Dietrich. Representing the College of Education, Ashton Morris. Representing the College of Graduate Studies, Emmanuel Reyes and then Amal Sharaf. And then finally, representing the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, we have Edward Wynn and Macy Anderson. Alrighty, so on our other side, we have our students representing student life. So starting first with our off-campus students, we have Emily Hodge, Fatima Arujova. You all can come up. Jack Knauer, Bob Johnson, Chris Stitch, Reese Riggle, Charles Hilstead, and Matthew Sohn. Alrighty, and then also representing residential life, we have Trenton Ide and Kevin Geppert, if they are here. And then the last to fill out the senators is our student body at-large senators, Megan Cumming and Alexis Smith. And to also get you all with your swearing in, we also have our people who are on our boards or commissions. So we have the CSU board or Centennial Student Union, Micah Allen and Sai Kurtiana, if you're here. You're going to hear this name a lot, but also on the Athletic Advisory Board, Media Fair Board, and Student Health Advisory Board is also Micah Allen for those three. And then lastly, for our Student Allocations Committee, Sai Kurtiana, Trenton Ide, and Priya Willis. If any remaining folks can come up and join me. Alrighty, so now to everyone here standing up here, you can either face the camera or face out the audience, or you can look at me, but you will have to repeat after me. And you do need to raise your right hand. If you need to, you can look at your finger, determine which one makes an L, that is your left. The other one is your right hand. Alrighty, so everybody repeat after me. I state your name. Do hereby swear.
Do hereby swear.
To represent, support, and serve.
To represent, support, and serve.
The students of Minnesota State University Mankato.
The students of Minnesota State University Mankato.
In student life and academic needs.
In student life and academic needs.
And to uphold the mission.
And to uphold the mission.
Constitution and bylaws.
Constitution and bylaws.
Of the student government.
Of the student government.
I so affirm.
I so affirm.
Thank you. You can all sit back down now. Alrighty, so that does conclude all of our swearing in for everything and all of our kind of duties for the 93rd student government. So now that the newly elected representatives took their seats, Lenny will also assist you in taking professional portraits of all of our elected individuals. I believe you are all going to be meeting in the back corner over by the entrance to the gallery. That's where it looks like it's all set up. So once we are done here, that's where you are all going to go take your little portraits. Alrighty. Also, we ask all of our guests to join us for cake and refreshments. I don't know if there's cake, but oh, there is cake. John said yes, there's cake. But yes. So since our lovely president and vice president of the 92nd got to give their farewell, I'm just going to do a very brief one and keep my longer one for our end of the year banquet on the 30th. But to all the 92nd student government folks who are here, thank you for letting me be your speaker this year. Through the good and the bad, we made it. We were done today at 5:01 p.m. And then to quote one of my, I'd like to say, favorite staff/administrators that I've really gotten close to, Todd Finkston, in all my years working with the student government, you have been the feistiest speaker, and I mean it in a good way. You've made these meetings very enjoyable. So with that, good luck to everyone and good night.
Thank you so much, Kendra. Like Kendra mentioned, there are going to be professional photo shoots. We recommend if you are a new incoming senator and you are dressed up, please stop by and do your professional headshots because we'll need those. We've got a lot of food and there's a lot of cake. So even if you're folks up there at the gallery, you want to come downstairs and grab some refreshments and stuff. And if you want cakes, let them eat cakes. Please come downstairs and feel free to grab some refreshments and food. We'll be around here. And again, thank you so much for everyone for attending.
Let's do it.
Roll Mavs.